The desert wind carried only silence after the bridge dissolved into sand. Orin Truebranch stood frozen, heart hammering, while Mirella's form rippled uncertainly. Her feathers melted into fur, then back into skin, as if her shifting couldn't decide what to be. Then the sand shredded. From the horizon a figure emerged, towering, cloaked in light and shadow, faceless yet unbearably present. With every step it took, dunes trembled like waves under a storm. Mirella's voice was tight. "That's no ordinary phantom," she said. "That's one of them, the Veilborn Lords." Elder Bramblethorn bowed his head. "We stand before powers older than sundering itself. Brace your hearts, children." The colossal being stopped. His voice was many voices at once, echoing through the marrow of their bones. "I am Xytheron, the Veilborn of Echoes. You have crossed into forbidden paths. The gateway opens. You must face my test." Before Orin could speak, the desert split. Two pillars burst from the sand, glowing with shifting dream symbols. Between them shimmered a veil of violent green light, wreathing like a living aura. The gateway had found them. Heat radiated from the sands as the gateway pulsed, drawing them closer. Orion's mouth was dry, but not from thirst. "We don't have to step in," he said quickly. "We could turn back." Mirella's form snapped into a wolf, her golden eyes sharp. "Turn back to where? The land shifts beneath our feet. This is the only path left." She padded towards the veil, her body flowing back into girl-shaped form. Besides, if the Veilborn call you, running only makes them follow. Orin flinched. He wanted to argue, but the truth in her voice was heavier than stone. Bramblethorn rested a hand on Orion's shoulder. "The test will not be of weapons, lad. It will be of your spirit. Remember that." And with that, they stepped into the light. The world inside the gateway wasn't desert. It was everything and yet nothing all at once. Orin gasped. They stood on a shifting platform of glass that stretched across a starless void. The ground pulsed beneath their feet, alive. Towers of light rose and fell in the distance, like thoughts being born and dying. Whispers filled the air, echoes of 1,000 voices, speaking words he couldn't understand. Mirella shivered, her body flickering uncontrollably. A raven, a girl, a wolf, a girl again. "This place," she said, her voice overlapping with all her forms, "is just too close to the veil. My shifting reacts without my will." The colossal figure of Xytheron loomed above them, cloak ripping like a storm of color. And he said, "The realm is broken. To mend it, you must first know yourselves. Solve my puzzle, and a fragment of truth shall be yours." The three glowing paths unfolded before them. a corridor of fire crackling and alive, a hall of endless mirrors whispering, a tunnel of shadows silent as graves. "Choose," said Xytheron. Orion's fist tightened. He hated hesitation. It always made him feel weak. Better to act than to freeze, he thought. "I'll take fire," he said, stepping forward. The moment his foot touched flame, agony seared through his leg. He yanked it back, barely keeping balance. The fire hissed with laughter, curling up towards him like a living beast mocking him. Xylon's voice boomed. Bravery without thought burns everything." Orion's face flushed hot as the fire. He felt small and stupid. He avoided Mirella's gaze. But when he dared glance at her, she was not mocking him. Her eyes were soft, concerned, that made that sting of the fire even worse. Mirella stepped forward. "Let me try." Her body shrank, bones reforming until she was no larger than a mouse. With a quick squeaks and darting feet, she scurried into the shadow path. For a moment, only silence. And then screeches tore through the void. She burst out, half shifted, half shredded, as though unseen claws had torn at every form she became. She collapsed at Orion's feet, gasping, her body flickering chaotically between shapes before she wrestled it back to a girl form. The short The shadows, she says, they feed on fear, she panted. Every time I thought I was safe, they became my nightmare. Orion reached out, ashamed. "I should have stopped you." But Mirella shook her head, wincing. "No, this is how we learn together," she said. The third path was all that remained. Orion and Mirella stepped in together, Bramblethorn close behind. Mirrors rose around them, endless reflections multiplying. But instead of showing truth, each reflection spat venom, poison. "You are weak. You will fail. Your friends are safer without you." Orion clenched his fists. He wanted to shout back, but the words dug under his skin. What if they were right, he thought. Mirella placed her hand on his, her warmth of her grounding him. "They are not truths," she said softly. "They are fears, and fears lose power when we face them together." The reflections shifted. Instead of cruelty, they showed kindness. Orion sharing his bread with a starving child. Mirella curled safe in his arms when her wing had broken. Bramblethorn smiled as Orion listened to his long-winded stories without complaint. Everyone was showing kindness. The mirrors glowed, then shattered into radiant light. The path cleared. Xytheron reappeared, taller, darker, yet strangely less menacing. He said, "You have learned. Strength without thought fails. Courage without unity fails. But with kindness and teamwork, even the realm itself yields." From his cloak shifting colors, the Lord drew a fragment of stone etched with dream symbol. He handed it to Orin, and it pulsed against his palm, warm as a heartbeat. Xytheron said, "Collect the fragments. Only then will you unravel the truth of the sundering. But beware, among us Veilborn, not all wish the realm healed. Some crave its ruin." With that, the Lord's form dissolved, leaving only the void and the whisper of echoes fading into silence. The gateway spat back into the desert. Okay. The night light shimmered above, stars rippling like water. Bramblethorn steadied himself on his staff. "You see now? Strength falters, courage stumbles, but problem solving, kindness, and teamwork open doors, even across dimensions." Mirella's body rippled once more, settling into her girl shape. "And when one of us stumbles," she added, "the others carry them. That's how we'll survive the shifting realm." Orin pressed the glowing fragment against his chest. It felt heavier than stone, not in weight, but in destiny. As they began their trek across the dunes, the stars twisted again, just for a heartbeat. Their constellations formed the outline of colossal eyes watching them. The Veilborn were not done with them yet, and this was only the beginning.